No,
Try to bring him in. He
Yeah.
wasn't on.
Yo, we live. We are live. We live in a new studio.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah. Look at that. That's right here.
We can't look here.
We can't look here. We have to look here. Matter of fact, we have to do Intelligently Ratchet like we used to do Intelligently Ratchet. That's what has to happen. How we sounding out there, ladies and gentlemen? How we sound, Candy?
You sound like good.
We sound like good. That's
you sound like good. You sound like good so far. So good.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So, if y'all don't know what time it is, it's time for Intelligently Ratchet, another riveting episode of Intelligently Ratchet with myself, King Just. I was about to call him Young Just, but you know what I'm saying? King Just.
Old head Just.
Old head Just, Candy, and we have a special guest, Candy Carver. We also like to call her Candace Earthseed. You know what I'm saying? Or Earthseed. The Wonton Wooey, you know what I'm saying? That's her rap name and shit like that. I'm sorry. I keep on looking at I'm so used to looking. Listen, I'm so used to looking at my friends look at me. It's hard.
I'm gonna get a monitor. We're gonna be
we're gonna be like, yo, one day we're gonna get about it. That's not right. Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we about to get joined. So if y'all not doing anything right now, please go ahead and whoa.
You sound great, bro.
I sound great. I do. Like I just heard it on my phone.
He's great. Great.
But yeah, we right now we on we doing this. So please share this to your timeline and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get the show started. Candy, how was your week?
What's my week? It's Wednesday, huh?
Yeah, it's a whole Wednesday.
I got, because I told you I got my shed installed, and so I moved like 50 gallons of paint yesterday. And I found lots of sunshine, and I'm starting to plan for the Club Crossing project. So it's been a good, busy, nicely busy week.
Okay,
not stressful, busy week.
That's good. But you got your workout on. You lifted 50 paint cans. So what y'all got to know, Candy, if you're looking for a strong black woman, Candy is a strong black woman. Listen, she might lose that fight. You might lose that fight. I'm saying she may be a little bit too strong for you.
Right.
So she can't be in there lifting. She be vacuuming. She lift the couch up. She just hold the couch up herself. One arm and just be vacuuming and shit. Like
my couch ain't made like that.
It's out of. She got one of them good old wood oak couches too. So you know what I'm saying? We've been to Candy's house. It's like antique furniture. You know how heavy antique furniture is.
Oh no, that's
she be just holding that shit up with one hand and shit.
That's gone. That's gone.
Huh?
All that's gone.
All the antique furniture. Whoa.
It wasn't antique. Well, not all of it.
You ain't fancy no more?
I got a different couch.
Right.
Yeah, so my new couch, it takes up enough space that I don't require the other little bit. The other little bit is gone. The other little bit has a new home. The little cute plushy green one.
Yeah.
It has a new home. However, the new one is better. The new one is scary because you will fall asleep like normal, and it won't be like sleeping on the couch. It's like sleeping on a bed. It's bad. It's real bad.
I like that. That. We just brought a new couch too. We went to the good old rooms to go, and we got one of the couches that the back part, like you could sit it up like this, but if you want to like recline, you could slide the back, just the back part back, and it put it out. So if you come over the crib instead of doing the recliner shit, we do it like that. So we about to get rid of the other couch. Just been to my crib. My couch it's horrible right now. That look like it's been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it looked like we got the couch secondhand and then beat the shit out the shit.
But ain't that everybody's couch?
For my crib too. My joint looking crazy.
It's looking crazy now.
Yeah.
But
your couch is nice. It's real soft.
Nah.
But everybody's couch is kind of crazy now, right? If you think about it, ain't it? Everybody's couch is kind of crazy now. Like everybody, we sit on for the last year. If it was okay before, we sat on our couches so much,
right?
In comparison to how we normally would.
Right.
Oh yeah, everybody's couch is jacked up. That's why I said, you know what? I'm just gonna get something I really like that is really comfortable because, I knew at that time I was like, we're gonna be here for a little while.
Yeah.
So you ain't alone.
Yeah,
everybody's couch is raggedy, and some people gained some people gained a COVID 8 pounds.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Some of them got that COVID-19.
Word up.
No,
Ooh,
we're not.
I just told Just, I was like, yo, now I can see myself full body in camera now. I need them. We gonna have to move this shit. We gonna have to zoom in. I need this shit up to from nipples up.
Nah, Bishop. I got a tire in my backyard. Just come through, and you can flip the tire, and you can move the paint.
And move paint.
Yeah,
it's like CrossFit with candy.
That's it. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You get the neighborhood kids to be just a bunch of strong neck, cold peanut butter drinking ass kids out there.
Yeah, my favorite 5-year-old. I gave him a smaller version of the tire for a gift.
Oh, nice.
Because it's a really great way to get kids to be active, and I mean, they need to do something.
And move tires. You could get tires moved out the way for recycling and shit.
I think it matters. I think having tires moving.
Dub. You like having tires moved? That's what's up.
CrossFit candy.
CrossFit candy out this mug. You know what I'm saying? Carver's CrossFit. Ooh.
You know, in my other life in my head, like, you know, you have a second thing that you would want to do. I know I do not have a 6-pack by far, but if I like the endorphins of fitness so much that if I weren't creative and a painter, like that's what I would do.
So we get Candy in the gym, you know what I'm saying? Get her a pre-workout, she'll tear the gym to pieces.
That's it.
I like that place. Yeah, I like that place. And so definitely, yeah. So
that's
maybe in another life. How are y'all doing?
What's going on? Let's talk to the Raph is in the building, Daniel's in the building. What's going on, fellas? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Dan said, yo, try shoveling snow in Michigan. Nah, that's way too much snow.
Oh, Dan, remember I grew up in Indiana. I know the life. And
so you know about that life, that snow life. We all know about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember that one time.
Oh, I definitely know.
Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? My brother out here watching and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want him to come. He got his new Crocs too.
Oh, for real?
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my wife. She brought everybody in the family Crocs.
Oh, yeah.
Now he has fatigue Crocs because he's a military person. So, but now we don't have matching joints, but we all got the same Crocs. So except for me, I got the Crocs with the Croc. I got the white wall Crocs on. Or the Crocs on the side. So mine's is like, my joints is like the Michael Jordan of Crocs. You know what I'm saying? I got the Jordan 6s and Crocs. Everybody else got the regular shit. Yeah, I was like, why you do that? She was like, because you the husband.
I wanted to get the white sole one.
So it looks like because what it is, it looks like I brought the Crocs. And you know what I mean, I brought myself the better Crocs. I was like, no, you get these Crocs so that way, you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to
you wanted the whole catcher Crocs.
Yeah,
I wanted the 5411.
I want the 5411 Crocs. I didn't need these special ass Crocs with the white one. Now I gotta keep my soles clean and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You gotta give them some now.
Right. I did.
You don't gotta keep shit clean, Bishop. Don't let anybody.
You absolutely right. I ain't gonna be able to kick shit clean.
You ain't gotta keep shit clean. Don't let nobody tell you gotta keep your shoes clean. This comes from a woman who got paint all over the top and the bottom of her shoes, across my shoelaces. You ain't gotta keep shit clean.
Yo, speaking of paint across the shoelaces, I found the shoes again that I'm supposed to let you do. So I'm gonna give them to you at some point virtually. I'm gonna send them to you.
I'm gonna give them to you.
The fuck does that mean? All right, Bishop. Okay. Oh,
what's going on, Max? What's going on? Max said he's listening while doing his lectures. We are about to
appreciate you, Max. Thank you, man.
I don't know. I hope it's not math, but if it's math, I just want to say to you, Max, 64, 13, 45.
45,
47. Do.
8, 6, 7, 5, 309.
If he's doing a lecture on math, I'm just messing him.
17, 38.
Crocs won't make the lecture.
Crocs.
Oh,
Croc. Drop it like they Crocs.
Yo, you did that last time.
We got enough room though. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for me to go. Look how much room we got.
I like y'all hoodies though. So y'all got Durham.
I know we kind of coordinated.
It's adorable. Y'all like almost halfway kind of twins. Like, remember the movie Twins? Bishop's the little one and Justin's the big one.
Why am I? You know what? I can't.
You did need a veto.
I'm not gonna. I can't dispute that in any stretch of man. I am always a little one.
Aww.
But at least we look almost comparable in size, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm wide.
We're gonna get you a pillow. Nope. We're gonna get you a pillow.
I'm shorter, but am I teeny? And I'm like petite.
No, you got big head enough that it works. Like you got big.
Yeah, so my head make me look thicker. I got a thick neck, make me look aggressive, Someone once called me a short neck llama.
A short neck llama.
Said you like a short neck llama. I said, you know what? It wasn't that like I say against it either. I was like, you know what? Fuck, you just got me. You have me this time.
You need to watch your mouth.
Right. Let me go ahead. So we about to jump into the show a little bit. We got a special guest. You know what I mean? The man was on the fly and everything like that. Just making sure that because we could see him where y'all can't see him or whatever. Handsome young gentleman coming out from East Durham. You know what I'm saying? He grew up in the mean streets of East Durham or maybe Cary. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He's an awesome jazz musician, trumpet player. And I think Al plays a bunch of different instruments, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
yes.
He's one of my homies or whatever. This dude right here, I love to death. Like anytime I see him, it's on site with the jokes every time. When I say every time, it's always on site. And it's the most disrespectful type of jokes that we only could say in a circle of friends. We whisper the jokes to each other so we don't want to offend the other people around us.
It's that intimate.
It's that intimate. We look each other in the eyes with the jokes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, but he wears cherry lip gloss. Don't ask me how I know. But yo, let's bring on a homeboy, Al Strong, man. You know what I'm saying? And Candy put this interview together. What's up, Al? How's everything going with you, Playboy?
Everything's great, guys. Everything's great. Thanks for having me on.
Man, look at you looking extra light skin. I like it. I like it.
He got the glow.
You know, I can't help it.
We can't say nothing.
I'm keeping it ashy too, man. You know, it's this time of year. Hand sanitizer on deck. What's going on?
Oh yeah.
What's going on, sir? How you been, man?
Good, man. It's been busy. You know, glad to break away from my work for a minute. So y'all gave me a good reason, man. I'm grateful.
That's a good reason. You like, yo, I'm doing an interview. And all you're doing is really bullshitting with your friends. That's all it is.
Yeah. Let's not tell the schools that, you know. I can't make your faculty meet this time of night, you know. Nah, man, it's all good. It's all good. This is a great, man. It's a great show, man. I'm glad you guys are doing this, man. It's dope.
Yo, we appreciate you. Appreciate you for being on, man. So Al, what's the big project before we start getting into the show, right? Mm-hmm. What's the big project and everything like that you got going on, man?
Well, man, I started working on my arrangement of Lift Every Voice and Sing like a little over a year ago. So like 2 Januaries ago. And my dumb ass thinking like, okay, we're gonna record it maybe 2 weeks before Black History Month, have it out, release it. And it just didn't work out. And I'm grateful, you know, gave me some time to kind of live with it, you know, add some strings. Once we recorded, it was like a minute, it was like 8 minutes, 16 seconds or something like that. I was like, man, this is too long for radio, but the song is powerful enough to add a visual component. So I started brainstorming and, you know, I wanted some modern dance and a lot of different elements in the film, man. And so we built it over the course of, you know, past year. And I was grateful to release it, you know, this past Friday to the world, man, and the reception has been great. So that single is part of a larger project, which is Love Strong Volume 2, which we hope to drop another single sometime in June, man. But you know, like I said, the response has been awesome. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better, you know. So
that's what's
up. Awesome.
That's what's up. I got, and you know what, and I haven't heard it yet. So you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, I have. So let me ask questions.
Oh, you have?
Beautiful.
Go ahead. Let's talk about it.
I listened to it 3 times when it dropped. So the arrangement is very nice. I really like it. It's comforting. It's relaxing. It's obviously, you know, jazz influence. It sounds like you. But the aesthetic, like, that added a whole other layer, I feel like, to the project.
Yeah. Right.
So can you talk to us about how you chose dancers, or where some of your ideas for that came from? Did you have a creative team that assisted you with the brainstorming of it? Because it's gorgeous.
Wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, there is a team. There's always a team, and I'm grateful for my team, and they're awesome. Of course, you know, Chris Charles did the cinematography. I approached him with the idea probably like around March of last year after we recorded it. Yeah, I came to him with these ideas. I said, yeah, man, I want a piano down the CCB Plaza. We wanted, a dancer, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, I'm feeling that. And yeah, we just built it from there. And, there are times where, of course, things, other ideas occur, and I shoot them out there, and the team is like, oh yeah, that'd be dope. Let's add this to that as well. So, my intent was to portray positive Black images, Black families. I'm a huge advocate for Black families. Because I'm an advocate for generational wealth. I don't think you can have generational wealth without Black families. Like it's damn near impossible. So these things are important to me. Of course, the killings of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor added some further inspiration, and we finished shooting this, I think, at the end of June. At least most of it. Yeah. And then got back to it because I had a surgery in July. So then we got back to it probably like August. Of course, I think Chris captured some of that B-roll and stuff of your artwork, Candy, which is phenomenal. Kamar Thomas and Darius and all the other great artists who were featured in the film. So man, I was astounded at Chris. He did his thing. He captured that mural of Little Brother with Ninth and Fonte and Big Pooh. And I guess Phil Freelon and some others. So he just took the vision and ran with it, man. I couldn't be any happier. That dude is dangerous. So yeah, I'm grateful.
Did you cry a little bit when you seen the visual?
That's a beautiful.
I know you're real sensitive. Did you cry a little
bit? Yeah, I cried a little bit, man. Mostly I was testing it on people. After we got it close, I sent it out to a few young ladies here and there, and so was the team. And yeah, every response we got was like, man, that was gorgeous. Like I cried, and I said, wow, okay. Wow. I'm about to cry, Bishop. I wanted to call you and hold your hand. I want to call you and hold your hand, but yeah. You stopped answering my calls after the last time. Never mind.
You try to put lotion on him, didn't you? I know it's what happens. When you try to give him lotion, he gets in his feelings and he runs away and he blocks your number for a week. That's how it goes, Al. That's how it goes, Al. So I got one more. I got another question for you. So Lift Every Voice and Sing. So you mentioned that some artwork is in the video. For me, when I put the text up for Lift Every Voice and Sing for the words,
sure,
it was like commentary on the fact that we kind of live in two different Americas, and for the most part, I feel like oftentimes there are components of our culture or the America that we live in that are part of our like American legacy, and white people have no clue. So as I was working on the project and writing the words, people would come up and older Black people would know and be excited about it. I'd have like white people come and be intrigued, but not know what it was. I had one young lady come and stay and ask questions. She Googled and realized it was 100 years old and couldn't figure out, you know how you do the error face? And she couldn't figure out why or how she wasn't aware of this song that we learned, that we all know from church or school or some kind of extracurricular program. And so it was just a really interesting space to create a dialogue. Like, we are here, we've been here, there's a thing we do, and you have no clue what's happening, right?
Yep.
And so I'm just curious about in your recreation of Lift Every Voice and Sing, if there was something that you wanted to convey differently, or some kind of dialogue that you wanted it to be able to spark, or emotion that you wanted it to have on the listener.
Yeah, certainly. I think everything that everyone has sort of spoken to as far as the video goes up to this point really captures everything that that I intended. I think we just went over 9,000 views today, but the feedback has been great. And so of course I wanted to sort of continue the conversation, because what always happens is you know, when these miniature uprisings, for lack of a better word, happen, you know, riots or, you know, happen after racially charged events, the energy dies down, right?
Yeah.
And of course that's sort of a natural thing for the way the media cycle is, and you know, cycles are, and all of that. But even for our people, like, we sort of, I don't want to say become complacent again, but we do in a way. You know, we sort of forget, we go back to things as usual. So I wanted to find a way to sort of crystallize everything that sort of happened over the past year as much as possible, and just remind people, like, you know, our people, you know, you are great. You know, you've done, you know, tremendous, you know, work in, you know, in this country, and to build it to this point. And that's definitely something we should be proud of. You know, something that's sort of been happening lately, is we deleted quite a few comments from, you know, the racist trolls who sort of come out the woodworks. I want to continue to dispel this myth that love for Black people means that it's hate for other races, because it's not the case. You know, it doesn't have to be. You know, just as a generality. But, you know, of course, in some people's minds, the only national anthem is the Star Spangled Banner. And, you know, we know that to not be true. So, yeah, we got a lot of interesting comments so far. You know, I think one guy said, "Who chose this as y'all's national anthem?" Bummer. He just said bummer. And he's got a cowboy hat on in his profile. And, you know, it's like, okay, I get it. Yeah, you know, so these are things that come with the territory, and, you know, I don't mind. You know, again, it keeps the conversation going. And it's really my humble contribution to, you know, to all the great music that's out there. I feel like this is a way, you know, for me too, to pay homage to my elders. My grandmother, who originally is from Eureka, Goldsboro, North Carolina, that area, you know, was a sharecropper. And of course, generation before her, you know, I mean, we're talking like we're going into slavery, basically, right? So that lineage is definitely passed through me. And even though I grew up in DC, I had a nice relationship, consistent relationship with North Carolina and my family down here. And so I really wanted to find ways to just tie all of this stuff in. And I'm you know, I'm fortunate, man, because to be able to find the people that we needed during this whole pandemic, and you know, people trust us through the process, and you know, and just be a part of the vision. I mean, what more can you ask for? I wish you could have been in it as well, Kenny, but your work, I mean, it's just amazing. Like, when you painted that Lift Every Voice, the lyrics on the wall, did you see the whole thing first? Did you etch it out? I mean, I'm kind of curious. Like, I should be interviewing you.
Thank you for the first line. I had planned on like creating I drew a line that was kind of wavy, and I drew more wavy lines underneath. I was like, oh, I'm gonna stay within these boundaries. And by the time I finished the first line at the top, I was like, nah, never mind. That's too stressful, and I just kind of freehanded and went with it.
Yeah.
Because it was just too much. Crazy. It was just too much to think about in any other way. And it was just so. It's almost like I want you to put, I don't know, because there's conversation you get to have when the thing is done in front of people.
Sure.
And it was really cool to have like parents and their kids come up and ask questions and read it with their kids. And I got videos. I got videos of parents with their you know, families with their children taking photos in front of it and sing. I got one, they were singing the song.
Yeah.
So you know how you was crying, I was crying, we just was all crying.
Yeah.
Because it's just
Why they were singing the song?
Yo, they stood in front of the mural and sang the song, y'all.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Was Bishop there holding water?
I'm glad I wrote that shit though.
Was Bishop there with the snacks?
Yo, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You're not gonna sit here and listen.
Actually,
I'm a little fat. You're not gonna do that.
Look, actually, as a collective, that I did receive intelligently ratchet refreshments from my team. So there was one day I was sitting out there dead tired. Like I couldn't leave because you can't use the bathroom often if you don't have anybody to hold your spot down. So you can't drink water. So if it gets too hot, you just gotta manage.
Yeah,
Right.
I got you.
Yep. So it was good people helping me out. So I'm all right with that. So you said
We
that
need-
you're go ahead, Bishop.
Oh nah. I'm saying like It's like first of all, we need to get Al off because he make fun of my weight. That's a new clause, Al. You can't make fun of my weight on my show. I can delete you right now. We can remove you from the boxes.
You know, it made me think of this movie. What movie was that? Dude was he just started chewing out of the blue. He's sitting in the car, he just started chewing out of the blue. Like, man, what you eating? And he was like, them collard greens from earlier or something. It just made me think of that when you said if you had snacks, Bishop just did pulling out snacks, chewing
Out his big sweatpants pockets. He be
I hate
pulling out hot fries, pulling out an everlasting bag of hot fries out his back pockets.
Yo, that would be that shit was hilarious. I don't like either one of you because I don't snack that much. Ask Jess, I don't eat a lot. But when I eat.
You see how he looking at you?
He's never seen. Listen, I don't.
I've only
eat
seen him eat once, honestly.
And I'm dainty. I'm a dainty eater.
What'd you say, Al?
How can I get one of those sweatshirts?
You want one of the sweatsuits?
One of the. So Just got his is the Bull City joint from Akili.
Okay.
OZ has to get it on your own.
Got you.
To get it on your own. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see it closely?
Yeah, I can see it a little
OZ
bit.
got I got the whole sweatsuit from the from OZ. It was like $100 or whatever. So I think it's retailing for it. So yeah, so you can get that from OZ, the hit maker, which is someone that you know what I'm saying. I don't know if you know OZ, but I'll link you guys together so you can get a sweatsuit in a size small.
All right. Oh yeah, extra small, please.
Yeah, I know because you Al had this dope ass medium Nike jacket on one night, man. That shit was dope. It was like one of the windbreaker jackets and shit. I don't know where he got it from, but that shit was colorful as fuck, yo. He was festive as fuck. But his shoes didn't match because you know Al's an old nigga, so you know what I'm saying. He had a pair of Durangos on with the Nike sweatsuit.
Oh, you brought him back Durangos.
Durangos.
Did you think I was gonna let that weight shit slide? You know.
I love it.
Damn.
Oh man.
So Al, let me. So I, you know, just for people that are not familiar with you, you know what I'm saying, like how dope you are. So I was just saying that I don't know how many instruments you actually play. Like you play like 17 instruments or something like that, don't you?
Oh man, I wish, man. I wish. A handful, and I would say like most of them I use from a composition perspective. Like you won't find me on stage playing a bunch of different instruments. You know, trumpet is my bag, but I do occasionally you know, bring out the keyboard and play trumpet at the same time if I'm like with my electric experimental group, you know, type of vibe, like because it helps me sort of control the direction of the vibes that we get into. I mean, congas, you know, I grew up in DC, so man, you know, you just learn how to play different instruments from the go-go bands. Like you go to their rehearsals, you know, I remember somebody told me like Sweet Love on the keyboard, like, you know, when I was like 11, and I just thought that was the dopest thing, you know what I'm saying? But you know, and then from there, of course, you know, I went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts, so you just run into all kind of, you know, dope, you know, musicians over the years, man, and they inspire you to just, you know, find other creative ways to inspire your creativity through other instruments. And yeah, man. So, you know, drum set, I'll mess around with the drum set. It helps me compose too, because like I might be hearing something as a trumpet player being played on drums that a drummer would not necessarily, you know, think of. And so it sort of gives the music a more unique sound in that framework. So yeah, man, I'm grateful.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. So how did you jump? So who put you on, or was it was something that you picked up, or were you always on? So my question, because when it comes down to people that can play instruments, it's like I want to know what you kind of like. You was like, oh, the trumpet is my thing, or did you kind of like somebody put you say you're gonna play trumpet, or did you start off like?
Yeah, no, well, you know, my situation was, you know, I grew up in the 80s and band programs were pretty big in DC. Like there was band programs at the elementary schools. This was before arts really left the schools like that. And so I always wanted to play trumpet, I think, because my last name is Strong. And of course, the great Louis Armstrong. His name resonated with me from learning about him in school. And so when it came time to choose instruments, I chose the trumpet, right? And that's basically how it happened. 10 years old. Also, I started on violin because it was just like, that's pretty standard. A lot of kids, you'll start on a string instrument of some type, and then after you do that for a year or so, they graduate you to trumpet. So when it was my turn to choose a wind instrument, I was like, yeah, I want a trumpet. And yeah, man, I was just one of those kids. Like, I wasn't fortunate enough to take private lessons until I got to high school, but still, I was always trying to take like the section leader's spot. You know what I mean? I was trying to challenge, kids for their spots. So bringing that competitive nature, over to the music since a young age.
So y'all was out there battling in a cipher, just like, yo, son, yo.
I mean, when I got, go ahead. I was gonna say when I really got into jazz, I was also like Biggie Smalls was big back then. So I know all the Ready to Die lyrics, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff was in there, man. All the go-go bands covering different major artists' music. So it kept me sort of connected. Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. What'd you say, Candy?
No, when they talk about battling, I thought about thing I miss about downtown, and I probably missed it. I ain't gonna say before the pandemic, but definitely I miss like Thursday night jazz. I remember like Thursday night, like pop-ups at Whiskey before they closed. Oh, that was amazing. Those were good nights. You could just go in and like listen to whomever musicians wanted in. That's how I found out about a lot of jazz musicians in the area is at Whiskey.
Right.
And then I noticed there was a transition. There was a time, like a little time in between, but then transitions over to the Durham Hotel, where y'all have a night, and there'd be students who would come through too. So sure. I'm hopefully looking forward to a reemergence to that as things get to open back up safely.
Yeah.
Is that something you look to be doing? You look to be doing to bring your students back out?
Oh yeah, definitely. And this pandemic time, this cool down time, if you will, whatever, has been really great for me and probably a lot of other musicians, and sort of refocusing our energies into into being better musicians, and in my case, like better artists. Like I don't get to practice as much because I'm teaching all day, every day on Zoom most of the time. But I still feel like the growth is there. What it's made me think a lot about is like how we need to really start to pass this on to the next generation. So anything I can do, if the Durham is open to starting that again, I'll start it. But just what I was doing before, like I was booking other guys playing there more than I was really playing, because that's really what this culture is about. And I mean, you spoke about Whiskey, like I think, Brian Horton started that. Shout out to Brian Horton.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And then like he kind of passed it on to me for a minute. And then, so it's just like we're just passing it to the next generation, as much as they want, and yeah, I mean, man, what an interesting situation. Like we've kind of been, some of us have talked about like, okay, if we can really go back to that again, it's just weird, from a financial perspective in a way too. But that's a deeper conversation because the musicians have been making the same money since the 70s. Everything else has been going up, inflation, but on average, musicians have just kind of stayed in the same range in terms of like what bars are offering, what clubs offer you. I mean, you got to kind of be in a position to negotiate higher to be able to.
Right.
But in general, so these are conversations I think we should have as a collective, like when it comes to musicians union or things of that nature. But yeah. Well, what's gonna happen? What's Alan Thompson talking about?
So Alan said, Joe, because what I put on, because the promo, I said if Al owes you money, this is the place where you can find them. You know what I'm saying? Alan, which is a phenomenal saxophone player. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know, he just recently cut his locks or whatever, but he just had locks that were longer than him. And he's a part of the zoo crew that I got stuck on stage. I want to tell y'all a quick story about how just I was doing the Art of Cool. Right. Shout out for Al's contribution to that, because they don't know his contribution to Art of Cool is major too.
Yeah.
So I was hosting the Zoo Crew set at Motorco. And if y'all know anything about Motorco, it's only one way to get off stage. And I got stuck on the wrong side of the stage. And Alan and them just bum rushed the stage. I was like, they ain't let the chance to host to get off the stage. And so I got pushed to the side. And I was by like a speaker like this, like, yo. So just like, nah, man, just walk through. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna walk through on they set and get beat up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, don't walk through the show. They in there jamming. I'm sitting there like
I started clowning them. I was like, hey, dude, just do the robot like on Dave Chappelle. Just be in the background doing like this.
Yo, right. And Alan was like, yo, he said, man, you could have walked through. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna walk through all your shit. Like that would have been the one time I thought I could, and the drummer would have beat me up. But nah, it was I had to stay up there the whole set. Damn. Man. It was like 2 hours long, man. They went through like
golly, yeah, man. Yeah. I would have tried to get by. Alan might have tripped you up, try to trip you
I know
up,
he would have tripped me.
Rolled on the floor. Rolled on the floor.
He would have stuck. He would have stuck his foot straight out on me. You know what I'm saying? I know that would have happened, yo. But yeah, so we about to jump into the show. You sticking around a little bit, Al? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You want to get in some opinions and stuff like that?
Yeah. Okay, I'll hang for a second.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing nothing else better.
Yeah.
Right, we'll talk about Durham stuff, like
we'll talk about
some of the local bull news. You know.
Okay. Yeah, y'all can catch me up.
The Palace is closing.
Yeah, man, Palace International.
I heard. Did they close already?
I don't think so.
Do you know?
No,
I think.
All right. Because I gotta go through there and give me some curry goat, man. That's my joint. Moses will tell you. At least a few times a month, I be in there like salivating, like, all right, yeah. Walk in.
That goat
like,
come in, yo.
You goat. Yes, I'm the goat. I'm the one with the
goat. Man, yeah. So they said that they weren't able to renew their lease, and it happened pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not trying to roll out, and they ain't trying to like have survived the pandemic just to not be around anymore. It just means that they now need to look for another location.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just fast that they have to do. This is going to be a quick turnaround for them to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, when I read the article, it was like I felt better about it not closing. It was just like, no, we're going to be back. We just got to find another place. And so, you know what I mean? So, but shout out to Moses, his sister and his mother and his parents for putting together, because I didn't realize that's their second location anyway, because the other location had caught fire, and they moved over there like in 2007. Mm-hmm. So from the original location. So the Palace is a strong piece, is a strong place, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because the food, if you've never eaten at the Palace, you are doing yourselves a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
When it warm, when they open back up, don't let them have a new patio. Oh,
that patio was dope too.
Oh, get out there in the sun, a nice sunny, warm spring day, and you get, like you said, some goat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, or some samosas. Get you some samosas. Go on a Friday night when they had wines. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So I think they'll be fine. There's a lot of commercial property, right? There's a lot of commercial property available right now. So I foresee, since they've been able to make it through, the pandemic and not have as many challenges as some other, restaurants have had, I foresee them being able to find something. But they do want our help. So if anybody has ideas or knows of locations for the Palace to relocate in Durham, they're asking for our assistance, and they're also asking, until they're closed at that location, that we support them financially by way of purchasing food. So if you haven't been over to the Palace, sure, that too. And so if you haven't been over to the Palace, get you some curry goat.
Yeah.
And a Hennessy.
Yep.
Oh, they do. Do they have Hennessy? Or do they have really like? Do they have VSOP? I like privilege.
You know what? Get off this mic.
bougie
With
as
bougie
hell.
I think they're
ass.
on that
What's going on
VSOP
with
over
you?
there.
Just I want some VSOP Hennessy. You know what I'm saying?
Can't go to a black
Yeah,
establishment. Just go there and support. Oh,
you know, I gotta have this VOP. You know what I'm saying? You better drink that E&J.
Can I just get food then?
No, you gonna drink some E&J. You gotta have some brown with your shit. You know what I'm saying? In a cup of water.
I got brown. I'm gonna go get it.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta drink. She just left. She's gone. She look what is going. Kenny has good. This
all
is
right. Well, anyway, so we're gonna keep
on.
And back into other news.
Bring drinks.
So what you think? Yeah, good job. So what you think about Kim and Kanye?
Kim and Ye?
Yeah.
Kim and Ye. I don't like. Okay, I'm gonna say this right here. I'm the person that I don't care about anybody else's relationship, like because it's like, you know, they had the babies again. You know what I'm saying? It was a good, like if you said, hey, Bishop, back when they was first Kim Ye, was that a good look? Maybe. It was a great look. You know what I'm saying? But then after, so you know, I mean, you realize after being in a relationship yourself and being in like a real relationship, it's like, you know, I mean, sometimes these shits don't work out. And you know what I'm saying? And the problem is that they're in the public eye. It's like, and then it's the Kardashian curse too. So it's like
all that stuff I think exacerbates a relationship when there's cameras and people and everybody knows what's going on or has ideas about what's going on and there's mental health issues. I think all those things can those things piled up on top of each other can create a very volatile situation. And but I don't really. I was like, oh yeah, okay. I think we all kind of figured this was coming when he moved away home and by himself. So
yeah, that's like yo, when you in separate living arrangements, when he just was not on, like if Kanye was still on the same superstar mode, you know what I'm saying, I'm in the gym every day, you know what I'm saying, I'm on my medicine, I'm not making clothes for the homeless, futuristic people, you know what I'm saying, I'm not making baggy sweatsuits with holes in them and some, lack of a better word, some Crocs from a you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, so Kanye is on his other shit. So yeah, I don't know. I think that that's I don't really care.
Yeah.
No,
I don't care about this just as much as I don't care about Lori Harvey and Killmonger.
Michael B. Yeah.
But listen,
Michael.
I do care about Boosie though. And how he's trying to portray Miss Lori Harvey. Because I don't like it. I never liked anybody saying that any young lady was a hoe for any reason. The only hoes that's hoes are hoes that get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? That is their job title. You know what I'm saying? They're out there prostituting, they're selling their bodies, they're sex workers, first of all, you know what I'm saying? They're nickname hoes and they got pimps. Okay. So outside of that, when you taking somebody that's dating people, like we're 20 years old, no one was settled down in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. Like I know I wasn't. I had about 5-6 chicks I was talking to. You know what I mean? Because you don't know who the one. You want to move around. Like, and then like you not. And as a dude, I know I wasn't having sex with every one of those women. You know what I'm saying? I had one that was my home girl I like going out with. This one like going to the movies. You know what I'm saying? Yo, my Thursday night, like, yo, what you doing on Thursday? You know what I'm saying? You have that. You know what I'm saying? When you a funky fresh player like I was back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? You walk around, smell like eau de cologne and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
smell like corn chips. Smell like corn chips? Stop it.
I don't smell like, I've never smelled like corn chips in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Smell
Doritos,
like corn chips
but not
you
corn
smell like
chips.
corn chips and cool water, cologne.
So you was a player in the 80s though?
I was like, come in.
Right. How old are we? And you was a player in the 80s? We're all about the same age. Right. We're confused.
He was a single digit age, bro.
Oh yeah, you're right. But I'm saying I started off early. What you know about that? Boom. I was coming to elementary school. Smell like cool water and Darfar. But I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, that first of all, that
P9 said he was settled in. Well, we talking about
you, P9.
We need to show that old picture of him in that suit.
Right.
That he P9 is an old soul. So
I got married when I was 24.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. You didn't do it. You didn't, but you also from the Midwest, and I'm, you know, what I mean, y'all do things different.
I got married when I was 22.
Yeah,
See?
but you were in the military.
I was in the military.
That's what I'm saying. None of y'all
I
like
did it for the money.
So this is for me and Al, because we were regular dudes out here in these streets.
Regular,
you know what I'm saying? Al was playing trumpet. He was getting that upper echelon. You know what I mean? Play, because he could play trumpet. Like Mo Better Blues had just dropped. He out here doing this right here.
He was like, "Girl, look what I can." He was like, "Girl, look what I can do with my mouth." Is that the kind of shit you said?
Ooh,
Did you say things?
Oh, is this?
Dang, Danny got married.
That's for kids. Golly, all right. No, I didn't have to use that line often. I mean, Bishop. No, man. This whole thing about Kim and Kanye, man. It's I do believe it's tough for a woman to like really pair bond with a man when she done had that many partners and that many like high profile partners. Like, how is that marriage? How is she supposed to stay with anybody? She had everything that's great. I don't know. What do you think? She's had everything. Go ahead.
So you feel like, go. We all trying to go ahead.
Go ahead, Candy. I want you. Go ahead. You do it.
I was just curious. Like, do you feel that way in regards to like? So we talk about Kim, but if we talk about like how Boosie was talking junk about Lori Harvey dating so many men and within her circle, because that's what they are. They're in her circle, right? Mm-hmm. She don't be at Target meeting niggas, and that's just not her life, right?
Right.
So she meets men within her circle, and they happen to be higher profile men just because that's the circle she functions in, right? Mm-hmm. So is it do you think that like there's a similar challenge for like Michael B. Jordan or other men who she may date because of that situation?
I know.
I've been thinking about this lately. How many, like, all right, so we're talking about the fellas in a way right now. I mean, some women can be kind of on the level with men, but how many 8s, 9s, or 10s who are women do you know like have had long relationships?
I don't understand.
So this is what happens is
like the prettier you are, the more gorgeous you are. How often do those women stay in long relationships?
So what I want to say is this, right? And I think that's the men's fault. That's the men's fault. That's the fragile male ego. So what it is, this is what I'm saying though, because what it is, a lot of these dudes don't believe in they meat. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, because we could talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z, right? So when you have a certain type of confidence, when you walk in the room, when you're the most powerful motherfucker in the room, and you portray that energy, then what happens is you don't worry about who else she was dating. I don't give a fuck who else she was dating. You with me right now. I don't care. You could have smashed the football team back in the day, but that's what you mind now. You ain't smashing them right now. You know what I'm saying? Your past here, we all got past. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, because it ain't nobody in this joint that ain't never smashed. Because I'm talking about fellas too, because we all talking about, I mess with dimes and all that. No, you didn't. Any dude to say he fucked with dimes, he didn't fuck with 5 chicks in his whole life. That's it.
I only had sex twice.
Right, and you had babies, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for that. You know what I'm saying?
So
he's one and done. That's it.
I had to say though, I see where you're coming from, and I agree too. But I don't think Beyonce and Jay-Z are a good example of what you're getting at, because she got with him young. Like he, you know what I'm saying? He kind of snatched her up early.
Okay. She was right, because she was how old? 17. Right. They did a very good job of snatching her up early. Yeah.
Wow, she was 17. Yeah, okay. Because he did the old head. He did the old head. Like, I'm gonna keep her at arm's reach. I ain't gonna do nothing until she turned 18, ass niggas. Right. You know what I'm saying? I see what he did there. You know what I'm saying? So but what I want to say, like, who was gorgeous? That, and it's like, it's almost like, especially because of the pressure that that we put on our stars, right? If you feel like they supposed to be a certain way, like people can, like, because I used to say, y'all got mad at J-Lo for being a hoe, but J-Lo wasn't a hoe. She was in every one of her relationships was a long-term relationship. It was 3-4 years. She got married. You know what I'm saying? She was, so it's like, but she's a hoe. She's not a hoe. She went with Puffy for 5 years. He got locked up. Then she went with Ben Affleck for another 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And then she got with A-Rod or whoever she is with. This nigga phenomenal. Listen, look at his outfit. Look at his outfit. Look at this.
Oh,
look at this. What is
Man,
this?
kick this motherfucker back out. Kick this motherfucker back out. He looked like he finna tell us, stop touching the tables.
Stop touching the tables. Stop touching on my furniture. And don't make me have to use the pimp hand on you. You understand?
Oh my God.
Boy, you look like a mortician. I swear to God. Like
I saw a theme with the hat, so I had to go get me a hat too. You know
okay.
You look good, bro. You look good.
Man. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. I'm listening closely, man. I'm seeing where you're going with this.
Right. So I mean, going back to where what I was talking about, it's kind of like we have to realize that they are people too, and then you have to kind of impose your real life to what, because they're doing the same thing. It's just that they just got a camera in their face, so they still have the what I'm going to say, the they still should be allowed to make those same mistakes, and they should be allowed to go through their relationships the way we did. Because again, I didn't land on Nita coming straight out the gate. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't just like, this is my wife. Oh, you know what I mean? No, you know what I'm saying? I was in these streets like, hey. You know what I'm saying? Just like every one of us besides P Nominal and everybody else that was, I don't know where y'all come from, a convent. I don't know where y'all come from, but you know what I'm saying? But I didn't pick mines in my 20s. Like, I didn't want to get married in my 20s. I knew that going into my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it. Like, I knew at 16 that I wasn't gonna get married in my 20s. I was like, no, I'm gonna have the best time of my life while I'm young, and then when I want to settle down, I'll go ahead and settle down. So it's like, you know, when we like, what is a real relationship, right? It's like, I think it's unfair for us not to allow Lori Harvey to not have fun, just like she would do if she was just Laura Harvey that went to Hillside and her dad wasn't famous. You know what I'm saying? If she was out here in the street, we wouldn't say shit to Lori Harvey. They're like, okay, she just out. And then it's like the same thing. Like, we always put the fact that just because she's out with P. Diddy, that she got to be fucking P. Diddy. What if she don't want to fuck? What if P. Diddy doesn't want to fuck her? Let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I just enjoy her company. You know, I like the energy. I like, you know what I'm saying? Because some people like that, like to keep younger people around them for the energy that they bring. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring out with the energy. And I'm sorry, she could
be giving him stock tips.
Exactly. Lori Harvey with stock tips. She could, you know what I mean? Like, shit. She could be giving them facials or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get Lori Harvey to do my face.
Sorry, pause. Stop it right there. Stop. It just didn't go well for me. All right.
Because he said facials. She can't be moisturizing his face.
That should have been a reverse.
That's not what I heard. No, that's not true. You fucking with the wrong women. Well, you ain't. Never mind.
She can't put
the soap scrub. The cinnamon scrub. Yeah, exactly. A little cinnamon, little sugar scrub. You know what I'm saying? That what's wrong with that, Candy? What's wrong with a facial? What's wrong with a man getting a facial?
I didn't say anything was wrong.
Look at Al's face.
Look at Al's face. He gets facials. He gets facials. He goes to his barber. The barber gives him facials.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't had a facial or barber in some time.
Al said, "You ain't gonna pull me into this foolishness."
Oh, man. Well,
you look clear too, important. P. You're got a nice little even tone too.
P look like what's the dude? The guy that's supposed to play Blade.
Wow,
Maharaj.
Mahershala. You look like Mahershala. Hey, you do like Mahershala Ali.
Good looking brother. I'll take it.
You know what I'm saying? You look, but you also look like Mahershala Ali and the dude that snitched on Method Man. And you know what I mean? You look like the dude that snitched in Belly. Like you kind of look like him too.
Are you the illest nigga in Nebraska? Damn, baby.
But yeah, I think we should just leave people, like, it's kind of the same thing. I think we should just leave people, like, stop judging. Don't be quick to judge, especially when because there's people on Facebook, and you know me, I have to bite my tongue a lot on Facebook because I be really wanting to get in some people's comments and be like, my nigga, have you seen yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, but I'm beautiful. But I'm gonna tell your ass this right here. You shouldn't be talking that type of. If I'm not talking that shit, you shouldn't be talking that shit because one of your eyes is lower than the other on your head, brother. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here. You can't be out here with, you know what I'm saying, and having put grease on your face or hair in 7 years and haven't had a manicure nor a pedicure and be talking about what women should have on and what they shouldn't have on. And you out here, every time I see you, your shit got a stain on it. I'm talking about whatever outfit you got on, it has to come with a stain. You know what I'm saying? As an accessory.
All stains included.
You know what I'm saying? I normally would do this behind the scenes. But now you can see all that. But yeah, I just think, we should just do that. I mean, I feel like she's having fun. I think we should let her have it. You know what I'm saying?
She's a grown ass kid.
She's a grown ass woman.
Yeah, how old is she, y'all?
Like 20, 25, 26 years old, something like that.
Oh, yeah. So yeah. So she might be like dating with intention, right?
Right.
So
she might be polyamorous too.
Oh God, help us. Never mind. Keep going, because this is. I see what's happening. Never mind.
No, that's what's wrong.
No.
She living her life.
She living her life in this hotel.
Yeah, okay.
She could be polyamorous. That's why she could be like, oh, I'm trying to meet.
Or let's say the other boy, he may be dating with attention.
Right.
He may not be out here trying to smut. He just out here like, nah. Who knows?
Well, you know, I'm happy to see them together, man. They're a good-looking black couple.
They are.
They
have a child, man. That shit gonna be super beautiful. It's gonna be super beautiful. It's gonna be
no. You know that's not how it goes.
Yes, it do.
No,
pretty people.
Only ugly people have pretty babies. You can't have two pretty people. Listen, hold on. There's rules. So 2 ugly people make a pretty baby, but 2 pretty people do not make a pretty baby. It's overload on features, and they just look funny.
Wow.
So you might, you can't. You can't both.
That.
You can't. It's overload on features. I've seen it many a times. To a very attractive, like traditionally attractive people make humans, and I'd be like, ooh.
No, okay, hold on. No, hold on. The baby's got to grow into their looks. The baby come out looking a little alien. No, because I was a funny looking kid. But I'm telling you this right here. One thing, if you see a picture of my mother and you see a picture of my father, the motherfuckers were beautiful people. Now, I will agree with you. As a baby, I looked a little weird. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But then I was a weird baby. But then you grow into your shit with vitamins and nutrients. You just gotta nurture. You just gotta nurture your kids. You know what I'm saying? You have to.
You got a lot of facials. You got a lot of facials.
I got a lot of shit. I got big ears, big nose, big feet. I mean, big mouth and all that shit. So it's like I got very prominent features. You know what I'm saying? But they all work together on my face when I got more weight in my head.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go with it. But yeah, I just like seeing black. It's nice to see like happy black love.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, like we don't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it, so I'm cool with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wherever it gets sprinkled at, let it be. Just let it be.
Let it be.
So somebody got to be a little ugly is what is the consensus.
I mean it's all right.
Right.
I like a little ugly in my nigga.
You like a man a little ugly?
Yo, hold on. Can we get t-shirts made? I like a little ugly in my nigga.
Well, I don't like a little ugly in my nigga.
I'm not gonna wear it though, but I think that would be like one of those quotes on Intelligent Ratchet where you can say, yo. I like a little ugly on my nigga. Candy Carver.
I do. And all I mean is I like character. Things that are non-traditionally attractive.
Like that nigga like one eye or some shit like that.
No, his face is covered. That's a whole lot of freckles. Ooh, that's intriguing. Right?
Ooh. So you're like the Candace Parker, like how she married old dude. She was like, yo, I like the nigga that's a little strange looking in the facial area.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, she out here messing with Tyrone Hill.
Oh,
But you would be surprised. Men with character, people, I've learned that people with those kind of like different, like those like asymmetrical faces or atypical aesthetic, they have beautiful personalities. It never fails. They have great personalities. So, and I know people be talking that shit, but like, yeah, great personalities.
No.
So the uglier you are, the better the personality. Is that what
I
you're
didn't
saying?
say that. I didn't say that at all. No. I've only met 2 people that I was like, and I was like, I don't like to use the ugly word even, but 2 people I know that I can think of 2 people that I've met in my life. I was like, ooh, they're ugly. Usually I can find the light in you.
That's
good. I can find the light in you. If you're a good human, I can find the light in you. But there's been 2 people I've met that I could not find the light in them.
Do y'all see my thumbnail? Have y'all seen this on Instagram?
Picture. Leave it up. Leave it up. Leave the picture up. I like it.
Put them on my thumbnail. Have y'all seen this?
Yeah, leave it up.
It.
Yo, oh God, let's move on to the next subject.
It was on Instagram. That was Freaknik from the 80s, bro.
Yeah, no, I was like, I know that. I seen that joint before.
Yeah, it looks familiar.
Oh God, yo, StreamYard is a motherfucker.
Sorry, let me find something else funny.
Oh God.
I said, nah, leave it up, bro. You got it.
Jesus, yo.
You got it.
No. What about the fella? Oh, but go ahead.
Bow Wow.
Okay.
That's what you was about to talk about?
No, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Talk about what you want to talk about.
We here, Candy.
We here.
Oh.
Go.
The heroin use of the Columbia professor.
Oh yes.
I don't know about
Mr. Carl Hart.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Explain.
Professor Carl Hart.
Yes. He said that he's a heroin user and a consistent functioning heroin user, and he believes that we should legalize all drugs for adults. He said that heroin makes him a better person. It relieves his anxiety. It allows him to. It's a drug. It's a drug that he chooses to use to unwind. And he, because of how we shame people who use drugs and we call them addicts and we put them in jail, he felt like he should stay in the closet. And one day he realized that he was like hindering himself by doing so, and he decided that he was going to write about it and be open about adults using different types of drugs. Yeah. And some of the research that he spoke of that was also backed up by some of those that were interviewing him was that like alcohol does a whole lot worse damage to your body than heroin or cocaine or methamphetamines. But we live in a society where we've learned it. We demonize drug users. We call them addicts, and we put them in jail. Right.
Right.
And because anytime something's illegal, right, then there's other issues with it too. So he's been a proponent of the legalization of all the drugs, and he said that also that because they're illegal, we have to deal with underground black market shitty versions of heroin or cocaine or things that people cut things dangerously, right? So I get his perspective. I don't know, but what do you think about drugs not being legalizing drugs, decriminalizing and legalizing drugs?
So I want to go. Unless you about to say something, P?
Go ahead. I'll let you get it first.
Okay. So the way I look at it is like this, because people have addictive personalities, right? Some people do, and some people don't. Like some people can function because we all heard the term of functional crackheads, where they can maintain homes and all that other shit. And it's kind of the same thing with him. heroin may not affect that part of the brain that makes him want to go out there. And of course he can afford it. And we don't know what the dosage he's doing. So he's probably smart about the dosage. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take a little bit of heroin, you know what I'm saying, and go about my day, because he can do that. You know what I'm saying? He may have that ability to do such. Not a lot of people do, right? Some people get a bang up job of heroin or crack, and they try to, I got to go chase the dragon. I got to chase that high. So it's just like with anything else. Like if you take opioids, that's basically what heroin does. But it's like this: if you take an opioid responsibly, did I say that wrong? Oh, okay. If you take an opioid responsibly, then you can maintain that opioid through helping you with your pain, and that's what it's there for. So it's like, yeah, I think that he might be on something. I'm here for all drugs being legal. So that way, like you said, you clean up the market. You can tax. First of all, the only reason why America is holding up is because of the illegal drug trade. Like, let's talk about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a proof of fact. If you sell drugs right now, right? If we all got a key of cocaine and we sell drugs successfully, we're gonna hit on some law enforcement's radar. And you know what they're gonna do? They're going to allow us to sell drugs to a certain point. Then they're gonna lock us up, because it's money and locking us up, right, for selling drugs. Then they're going to seize all the drugs, right? They're going to seize the drugs. Then they're going to sell our stuff that we brought.
That's right.
So they're reselling our stuff to someone else that's buying that stuff that could be taxed on that stuff again. So that's my whole thing. That's why I say, hey, go ahead and do the drugs, because people are going to do drugs anyway.
Yeah.
So
and he talks about a lot of those things in his book. It's a new book called Drug Use for Grown-Ups. And he talks about a lot of this stuff. So you're kind of
just go to your neighborhood crack. We could go to the cracky house and you get your assortment. You get your assortment of crack, gluten-free crack,
Oh.
gluten-free crack made by Bishop Omega and the good people at Intelligent Ratchet. You know what I'm saying? And different flavors. You can flavor, like, come on now, crack is boring. Can you imagine some good old cinnamon crack? Like cinnamon, because you know how crack smells.
Honey lavender
crack has a very pungent aroma. So you know when someone smokes crack, you can smell it.
Does
right?
it?
But can you imagine some cotton candy crack?
He said, "Does it?"
Tell us more, Bishop. You sounded like the DEA or an expert.
Hey, listen. Yo, I'm gonna say this right. We all had lives before we when we were uncivilized, and then we got civilized, and we left those lives alone. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm saying crack has a very pungent aroma. Actually, the reason why I know what crack smells like, because they firebombed the crack house on my house. You know what I'm saying? Like they firebombed the crack house. But just what I'm saying. So I think that yes. Does anybody else, Pete? I want to go to hear your take on this.
What would Jesus do?
Oh my God.
Jesus took one rock and stop.
I swear he looked like he was in the Green Book.
Forgive him. Messed me up. I was going in a slightly different direction. I understand what you're saying as far as, can y'all hear me okay, by the way? Yeah, am I sounding clear?
Yes, keep going.
Okay. So I understand in the sense of, you're cleaning up the market and you're getting the, I guess, high-end product, if you will, with less impediments and whatnot, not cut with ether or whatever the case may be. But I've never met a functioning crackhead person.
I have.
Personally.
But do you
come across someone who indulges in that particular drug, they are much, much, much further along from a point of being functional to being unstable. So like it's certain drugs, and I understand that society's coming around on multiple things, like weed was a big deal at one point in time, and now you can get it in various places. I just don't think crack is one of those things I'm comfortable with my child's elementary school teacher doing.
Your elementary school teachers are high right now.
Right.
They're high when they're teaching your kids, because they don't drug test your teachers. So it don't matter what they do. I don't know why teachers aren't getting. No, it is true. Yes,
so
it's true.
Saying that teachers do not get drug tested.
They don't, baby. No. Yes, I'm proud. I remember I used to teach. My friends still teach. it's a joke, a kind of joke amongst teachers that they don't drug test them, and we know why.
Right. Because you'll lose
Maybe true based on your experience. I don't know.
But
charter schools do though.
I about to say I went to private school at one point.
Yeah.
They definitely drug tested the teachers. So
yeah, they're not drug testing public school teachers. It's not really a thing.
Can I say this right here? AP. What I want to say is this right here. What if, because you say, you know, you don't want your teachers or anything like that. What if he did a bang out? And I want to talk to Danita too. He's probably been doing a bang up job this whole time, getting high. You know what I'm saying? If his numbers is right, if his numbers are right, it don't matter what drugs I'm doing.
Nope.
If I can perform at a high level at my job, if I can perform at a high level at my job, it doesn't matter what drugs I do because they're not hindering my performance. It's only when, again, but we talk about addiction too. We also the fattest country in the world. So we got a food addiction. So again, that's more harmful than this dude doing a little bit of, because I had an uncle one time that said it ain't nothing wrong with doing a little bit of crack. And this story reminds me of him, because I was like, yes, it is something wrong with doing a little crack. But then I looked at him and I'm like, damn, he got 5 or 6 cars with all paid for, you know what I'm saying? House was paid off and whatever. And he does crack recreationally. And it's like this. And then we got people that can take that drug, but we got people that smoke weed before everything. They got to smoke weed for breakfast. They gotta wake up before they get to work. They gotta smoke a blunt. They gotta after they get off, they gotta smoke. You know what I'm saying? And we don't look at that as,
you get people that gotta drink like 20 cups of coffee a day.
Exactly. That's all addiction.
People who eat a candy bar, sugar gives you the same, gives your brain the same kind of response, chemical response that drugs do.
Right.
And it's way more deadly. Like, y'all be sitting, oh, it's just a candy bar. Oh, it's just no sugar, because we not using real sugar anymore. So the shitty fake sugar is deadly. But so you can sit and talk, but if you're consuming higher levels of sugar, or like you said, caffeine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know, and I do know of and have met functioning crackheads with whole jobs that have held down the same job for 20, 30 years, retired from the same company, own property, have multiple vehicles, take care of their families, and
what they do. But what we realize right here is because the way they introduce themselves to crack or whatever drug it is, because it's like this. If you are trying to fight your demons, then don't take anything. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're trying to fight demons, like if you coming into like, hey, I used to do coke in the 70s, this crack is just something a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it down, baby. You know what I'm saying? And then you go about your business. Because if you notice, those older crackheads was also coke heads when cocaine was pure. You know what I'm saying? So they were introduced to it in a recreational place because everybody was doing cocaine, right? And then you start smoking crack. Now, if you, again, we got a lot of people with addictive natures. And the reason why we don't see a whole bunch of functioning crackheads, because people don't admit that they're crackheads.
That's what I was gonna get to. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, definitely, because we demonize drug use.
Right.
So that was his whole. Drugs, yeah. Do what you do. Like you're gonna do. They're doing it anyway. If we can make it safer and we can tax it and use the tax dollars for something better, pay teachers more. I don't know, something to create a better infrastructure, repairs to our infrastructure. That'd be great. That's cool too. That's cool, but there's resource for that already. I'm talking about like in Texas, the shit in Texas, right? Infrastructure.
You're saying if more people smoke crack, it would be a better, or if they sold legal crack, the infrastructure will be a lot better.
We would have a reservoir of funding to improve and develop a better infrastructure in our country. Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, really, our country is dope as shit because we sell dope and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we allow.
Write that down, motherfucker. Put that shit on the track.
We gonna put that on a t-shirt too. You know what I'm saying? I like my niggas a little ugly and dope as the reason why we dope as shit because we sell dope and shit. But because it's like this, because America, like we come on now, like just it's like this. We allowing a lot of shit in.
Mm-hmm.
We have to allow a lot of shit in for it to even be
imported,
right? It's an import. You know what I mean? It's like this. There's no way that because of the value, because if you take drug dealers or whatever, and it's like this, if you take the buying power of drug dealers from the 80s, all the gold and all that other stuff, that boosts economies. That boosts the economy anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got somebody buying real gold, that's a commodity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you saying that if I'm going out here and I'm getting a 14 karat gold 30-inch chain, that's 1 kilo of gold. It doesn't matter what the kilo of gold is. It's still a kilo. Still a kilo of gold, and whatever the market on that gold is. And when they go snatch that off his neck, what do you think they're not just putting that shit in evidence? That shit is getting invested. That's getting reinvested. That's getting melted back down. That's going back into the economy. You know what I'm saying? And that's double it because I had to take it away from you because you got it on these quote unquote ill-gotten gains. You got these ill-gotten gains, and then come on, man, it's crazy. So it's like the car industry wouldn't be what it is without drugs. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't Brooks Brothers wouldn't be where it is without drugs.
Miami would not be what
Miami was built off of cocaine
without drugs.
Miami was built off of cocaine. Vegas too. Like let's talk about it. Miami wasn't shit before cocaine.
Yeah, but right, because think about it. Think about all the drug dealers who wanted to spend their money in Miami, and so they built things and spaces and entities around that, and then we get what we get. But that's how the culture of that city developed. That's why you be at a flea market and a woman be at the flea market in Miami dressed like she going out at night and it's 11:30 in the morning. Always, everywhere. So I mean, yeah, we can fake.
I think legalize drugs. What you got on this, Al? What's up with the drugs, man? What are we doing for the drugs,
man? I mean, of course, I think they should have been legalized all of this shit because I mean, coming up in a family where your folks are hit with being locked up on like petty drug charges, like I've been an advocate of that stuff for a long time. But it'll happen in due time. Yeah, I mean, this guy, the doctor was Dr. Carr. I remember seeing something like that come across my timeline, and it didn't surprise me. Like, people are not going to admit, that. I mean, God put it here, so like, if it's beneficial, why? I mean, I feel like that's going to be a losing battle always. It's here for a reason, These things are here for a reason, and I mean, it's up to anybody, I think, to use it responsibly. Use it for whatever. If you can use it and not be addicted, I'm not going to judge.
Yeah, that's what I think. What it is, it's like this because you get since it's illegal, then you can't control that dosage, right? You know what I mean? And so if you get a shot of something pure and it changes your chemicals in your brain, it's like, oh shit, I gotta have this all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, if you're doing a little heroin, but you're working out every day, you know what I'm saying? Then I think you're gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? If you, but again, you got people out there that's smoking cigarettes and everything else, and then you got to talk about the things that's in the environment too. What is your diet like? What is the doctor's diet like? Is he ingesting caffeine and sugars and everything like that? Or is heroin his only vice?
Right. He a vegan that does heroin.
He's a vegan that does heroin.
Right. Versus the motherfucker who smokes cigarettes, eat honey buns, and has a Bojangles biscuit for breakfast every morning.
Right. With their heroin. Like, you're not gonna survive.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different.
No Bojangle. So what we're gonna say is, and I think Just can agree with me, Bojangles and biscuits and heroin do not mix. Say no.
You shouldn't do it all. Yeah, you can't do all that.
Can't do
overload. Overload. Just
two or three.
Two or
not all three.
Gotta
have
make
a little
choices, damn
heroin.
it. Motherfuckers gotta be out here making choices. I don't feel like they be trying to make choices.
That's what it is. Just do a little heroin. Do a little heroin with your mushroom burger. You know what I'm saying? Without
Ooh,
your
that
vegan
sounds
mushroom
good.
burger. You know, it's okay.
I like it. Black bean burger, spicy black bean
Black
burger.
bean burger, a little heroin on the
Oh
side.
my
You know what I'm
gosh,
saying?
the best black bean burgers. The Federal has a really good black bean burger, but they're
Shout out
like
to
these little
Federal.
sliders, and you get 2 at a time. They're like this big. And then, what's the spot on Gear Street? It's been around a long time. My daddy used to go there. That's how old it is. Shit. What's the name? It's on the corner of Gear Street.
Gear Street Garden.
The walk-up spot. No, it's across the street from
King's.
there. King's. Yeah. King's got a good spicy black bean burger too, like a really good one.
The bomb. Yeah.
But how's their heroin though? Is what I want to know.
It smells like crack.
Okay, never mind. We can't. Yeah.
Good. Well, you said heroin. You said heroin with a mushroom burger. I swear you meant like hallucinogenic mushrooms. That's the first thing that bites in my head.
I'm talking about portobello. I'm talking about straight portobello mushroom
you
burger.
You gotta clarify these things when you're talking about drugs now, because I was like, oh, Bishop about to OD. We're gonna have to send the ambulance over there.
Get the shit. Oh man.
Bishop gonna be ayahuasca out and shit.
Right.
That's what's gonna happen. He gonna be stuck ayahuasca and Needy gonna cuss us all out. Cause we gonna be there and drink ayahuasca tea too. Damn it.
They gonna blame on you. She gonna blame it on y'all. What's the next subject we run this through, Candy?
Oh, so
the guy got to make smart choices.
Speaking of infrastructure, right? What you say?
I'm gonna jump off, y'all, because I gotta get ready for tomorrow. But
appreciate you, man. Anything you want to shout out before you go?
Oh man,
know anything?
Yeah, I mean, folks can go to my YouTube page, Al Strong, or find me on social media, and go check out the film and share it. All right, and share it with some folks, and yeah, be on the lookout for some more music in the future. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much.
Man,
thank you so much for coming.
Appreciate you for being on the show. Right. Come back next week. We ain't doing nothing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Whenever I got time, I appreciate it. I'll let it drop in and chop it up. All right.
Thank you.
Peace out. Al.
Thank you. All right. Peace.
So we're talking about infrastructure.
Al Strong. What up, Brav? Homeboy. Mr. Hampton. You know what I'm saying?
So we're talking about
I'm liking Al's beard too. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
like,
what?
And Al is like what I'm think like 3 years younger than me, so you could tell he's on heroin. That's a heroin beard.
Damn it.
Oh man!
But you want to know who I think? I think Bow Wow's on heroin because he's about to be a wrestler.
Oh yes, yo, I'm here for Bow Wow being a wrestler.
No.
Why not? Yeah, you think he's not strong enough to be a wrestler? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's too little.
What about Rey Mysterio though? Rey Mysterio was a wrestler.
Bow Wow ain't no Rey Mysterio.
Hold on, Bow Wow's got to be what? He's got to be about 30 now. So you can imagine Bow Wow being a cruiserweight, jumping off of stuff, and trying to do what Rey Mysterio do as a newbie, and he being trained by Rikishi.
Yeah,
I don't see it, man. I'm sorry, I like Bow Wow, but I don't see him as a wrestler.
Yeah, I don't see it.
It's probably.
Oh wait! Time out. Before we get too far gone, you remember Bow Wow's promo when he had a bunch of the dudes behind him?
Yes.
He was like, yo, you was talking crazy, and we had to tax that ass, man. I heard people look at him like, he's like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That's why we gonna get up in you. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Bow Wow. It was almost as bad as the Ray J when he was going against Fab. Like, it was horrible. So I don't see it. Y'all take it from there, but I don't see
I'm
Bow
cool
Wow
on
being
that.
a successful wrestler.
I'm fucking with Bow Wow. Like,
I'm not fucking.
I'm fucking with Bow Wow. I mean, it's like this, but to your point, Bow Wow didn't know how to talk shit
at all.
And this is the reason why. It's because Bow Wow has been a star since he's been 4, right?
Right. He's an old man, y'all.
So he's had a protective bubble around him all the time. Like, you cannot tell me Bow Wow could fight because he hasn't had to.
He can fight because he paid somebody $5,000 an hour to teach him. So this is the thing. I really think what it boils down to is that because like what you said, he's been in a protective bubble and had the financial reserve to be able to kind of do whatever he wants. So he's like his counterparts, his what would you call it, his financial counterparts. When you have a certain amount of money and you have freedom to do what you want, he's not really worried about an acting or rapping career. He just out here living life at like 30ish. So he started learning wrestling and hanging out with some wrestlers, and he started training at their gym because he can pay them, and it's because he got the money too. Like, I think it's more of that than like him being like, this is gonna be my next thing. So he's just doing a thing.
Right.
You saying don't take it so serious. It's just he's having fun. He's just something he wants to do.
Yeah, think about it though. Think about if you did not have to work a job, you ain't have to worry about making money to take care of your family, right? You had everything was there for you, and now you can do whatever. And sometimes that means just bullshit.
He's being Lori Harvey. He's just having fun.
Gotcha. Well, Diddy ran the marathon for no damn reason. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm just gonna run the city. They called me Diddy. I'm gonna run the city. So he decided to do a marathon, and that's when we knew that P Diddy got. But that's when we knew P Diddy had the same legs that Steven Smith has. Them legs is terrible. But listen, Bow Wow ain't got nothing else better to do. And what it is, and I want to go back to the point that I was trying to make about the promo that he was saying. The reason why Bow Wow didn't talk about we gonna tax that ass and all that shit, because he's never been in a fight before. He doesn't. There's a certain, like, you don't know who you are until you get like
box. Then if he wanted to box, I'm like, all right.
But no, because this is the reason why. Because Bow Wow can't fight. Right now, can me and you go on here and we could play Russell. We could Russell, and I'm like, Justin, I'm gonna throw you against the wall. You bounce off the wall, and then sickle me. And because there's a point where you're not trying to actually really hurt me.
Did you tell Justin to tickle you just now, motherfucker?
You a sickle. I bet you, like, if you had an opportunity to sickle somebody, you want to sickle nobody?
Wait, did you just tell Justin to tickle you, Bishop?
No, I'm saying, like, if you know how the wrestling game works, if you know how the wrestling game is choreographed. So what they do is they speak to each other and they be like, yo, we're going to do this, that, and the third. Okay, I'm going to jump in the arm bar. You get out the long bar, throw me in the figure four. I'm going to get out of figure four, then elbow you. So that way we know what our transitions are going to be. So I don't actually really elbow this nigga in the head and kill him. You know what I'm saying? And versa. So that's how you have these crazy wrestling matches. So when it's choreographed, it's almost like him being in an action movie. So he's not really gonna get hurt outside of what Justin was saying with the boxing shit. Now you can't play boxing.
No, you can't fake.
You get fucked up, and Bow Wow don't want to get fucked up because he can't fight.
So there's another layer or wrinkle as someone who grew up watching wrestling, who like actively keeps up with it. Right now, Bad Bunny. I don't know if y'all know who he is. He's the biggest Latin star in the world.
Yes,
he's currently on WWE TV. And he's the 24/7 champion. He's been around. He's been on TV, I think, since maybe about 2 months ago. And he's got like an active. It's like a fun thing, right? But he's the biggest star in the world. And you got people who are obviously hardcore fans of the product. People who would be fans of, who are fans of Rikishi, but he's been retired and his sons still wrestle, right? But you got to look at it from where would Bow Wow fit into the lexicon of what's happening now? He's not the star that he was 15 years ago. So does it really make sense if this is something like, if you're gonna put it out there, oh, I'm training with Rikishi, you didn't say that just to be fun about it, you would say it to garner some sort of attention. We're talking about it now, so clearly it worked. But in the bubble of this actually working, I just don't see the point of it, because if Floyd Mayweather shows up at WrestleMania, he had a match with the Big Show years ago, right? But he was the biggest boxer at the time, right? I mean, obviously, Floyd Mayweather's name draws. If you are Bad Bunny, your name draws. If you are any of these, if you're Snoop Dogg, who goes to WWE frequently, your name draws. People want to see you. Bow Wow doesn't have that. Only people like us who grew up with Bow Wow, who were like, remember him from Little Bow Wow to like Timeline when he was doing stuff with, Omarion and all this different thing and Scream tours and all that. This is a different, completely different demographic who's going to watch this. But the people who actually care about wrestling, who are going to actually turn on the TV to see it, are not Bow Wow fans. And I don't see them giving him a shot or him even having a place within the product, if that makes sense.
And that is why I'm telling you, motherfuckers, this is just some shit he's doing because he don't have to work. We so accustomed to people having attention and like going to shoot, like make a product or a movie or a project. Like, you have to understand that Bow Wow is an old man. He's been working since he was 5. This is his midlife crisis. This is his convertible.
I'm sorry, y'all. When P9 said lexicon, y'all lost me. I stopped listening after
that. Listen, yo,
Look,
Justin,
Justin,
look,
I wrote
I heard
it down.
everything y'all said. I've been motherfucking intrigued. Justin, I'm tuning y'all niggas the fuck out.
I heard, look, and it's funny because I heard him say lexicon too, and I thought it in my head like, "Ooh, lexicon! Look at this motherfucker!" So I wrote the word lexicon down on my paper and giggled and kept listening. You need a pad, my nigga. We're gonna get you a pad.
Good job, good job, P-Nominal.
P9 with
P9 with the words.
Words is for niggas.
Shutting that shit down. But yeah, man, fuck yeah. Like I'm kind of like you, Candy. Bow Wow, you made a great point. Bow Wow is in his midlife crisis right now.
Think about if you've been working since you was fucking 5.
Crisis, so let's talk about Texas.
Yeah.
So it was crazy because during the mix of all that, everything that was going on, I'm on the West Coast. I was on my little vacay and everything, and I was in Arizona,
out in the zone,
right next to Texas, and I'm like, dang, they doing all that? It's like 75 over here. Oh well, sucks to be them.
Shout out to being next to a desert.
You know what I'm saying? But in the desert, bro, we was out there. But yeah, so the Texas situation is kind of crazy because they had a good like 2.5 feet of snow, and like the whole state just shut down. But it's the big thing was they don't have regulated energy,
right? They're not on a federal grid or something like that, right?
So all those companies like skyrocketed their rates. And you had people getting $9,000 electricity bills, $17,000 electricity bills for those 3 days of use.
Wow.
3-4 days of use. Like, it's crazy. So, man, it is real unfortunate. A lot of pipes burst. A lot of them just not used to turning on some water and, letting the pipe drip so, it won't freeze. Yeah, a lot of things shut down over there. It's real crazy. But now it's warm and all the snow going.
Right. So, but what happened was, the shout out to Texas because they were not prepared for that.
They wasn't prepared.
And it's kind of like we lived through that maybe 4 or 5 years ago when I have never seen a highway have 4 inches of snow on it. Never seen. There is no way in I have ever seen, even down here, like you should be able to get on the highway. But when I'm saying when you can't drive on the highway, I had to get from work to Cary. I drove behind semi trucks because they could cut a path for my car. And I'm like this, they were ill prepared for shit, like super ill prepared. And it's like when you talk about Texas, they don't have insulated pipes. That's the reason why your pipes bust, because you don't have insulated pipes. Like shit, some of the homes might even have insulation in the home because it's warm. It don't get cold enough to even for you to even get. And Bun B said it also. He's like, these people they got coats, but they ain't got like Columbia coats.
They got jackets. They ain't got coats.
They ain't got coats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
They're not blessed enough to have that. And the fact that they privatized the energy.
They didn't want it though. When they were doing all that, they were like, "Nah, we don't want to have that." You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to have.
They had an opportunity. So, right. They had opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They brought out of it because it's more money in my pocket. If I privatize, I don't have to follow your regulations, and we could do what we do. But not foreseeing.
But they knew. No, not foreseeing. They did research in the process of privatization, and they knew, and it was recommended that they winterize and they chose not to. So let's be clear about that.
But see, let's talk about this though. But we're talking about this. It's kind of like having a bungalow in Miami, right? What we just talked about in Miami, right?
Yeah.
We know where Florida's at, and they say Candy, $10,000. I can go ahead and put sheetrock, and behind the sheetrock, I can spray insulation behind it, right? But you're like, do you really need insulation at this point in time? And they don't, you know what I mean? And what they did was, you got these, they could have been recommending it, like, yeah, please do it, but it's at an extra cost. All that shit is you're not just gonna get insulated pipes, it's all at an extra cost, right? And you look at it like, am I gonna ever deal with this? You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
motherfucker, like, because of climate change. Yes, motherfucker, because of climate change.
Hold on, that's what I'm about to get into. I'm about to get into climate change right now.
But you wasn't thinking about climate change 20 years ago,
right? That's what I'm saying. They were on that shit when we talk about global warming. They didn't. It's the same people that did not believe in global warming,
right?
And now that shit is coming. It's one of those "I told you so" moments.
Chickens have come home.
So that's the reason why you're fucked up. Go ahead, P.
I said the chickens have come home to roost.
You look like you said the chickens have come home to roost. You got you up.
God, this shit.
Is that green book? That's that old Muslim. You know what I'm saying? You look like the Muslim dude from One Night in Miami.
And then we gotta remember
earlier. I was like, yo, he looked like he played in One Night in Miami.
And so we gotta remember too, y'all, that like Texas was hit by was it Harvey? Yeah, so those people those are some of those same people, and they're recovering from Harvey, right?
Yeah.
So insurance wise, with busted pipes, flooding from the snow and ice that's draining and melting. Grocery stores that still don't have enough food in them or much food, right? People who have died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Like, it's a whole hot ass mess. And it's very sad, but I really hope that they take this to heart in a way where, as they move forward, they make better choices in regards to like their infrastructural needs, right? In regards to who the fuck they vote for, right? That they push harder and that matter too, right? Because and this is one of those situations where we talk about local elections mattering. Local elections matter. And this is a prime example of how and why they can impact your day in day-to-day life. Based on who thinks certain things are important enough and if your lives matter, you know. And then they jumped up on AOC, right? And tried to bring the whole idea of the Green New Deal in, like that and that's a bill that hasn't even passed. It's just
right.
It's just
they tried to say it was a wind turbines. If the wind turbines was freezing up, that's why people didn't get to fire. Like, yeah, I mean, honestly, could that have happened? Absolutely. But if you were in the same, if you didn't privatize your electrical grid, then guess what? You would have had aid to pump more electricity into your city, regardless if the turbines stopped or not. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, if you put solar panels on your house and your house is still connected to the grid in case your solar panels get snowed out or the sun stops working for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, you still got something generating power into your house. And that's pretty much where we're at right now with Texas, where we were at with Texas. But it's good that things are starting to warm up for them and they're starting to get out of that. But yeah, for all the people that lost their lives and all that stuff, it was needless.
Yeah.
And for some of the officials to be so crass and just not sympathetic, you know, like the one guy, the mayor in the city of Colorado, was a Colorado City. He was just spazzed out like, you need to pull your bootstraps together and like, how the fuck are you supposed to tell people to do this that don't matter, that don't deal with the code? Now, if he would have said that shit in Chicago, I can understand. You know what I'm saying? You know how to work in these conditions. First of all, I'm a firm believer that if you were born in a cold place, your body can deal with the cold better than someone that was born because you're acclimated.
Your core temperature, your core temperature.
Yeah, you're acclimated to those temperatures. But when you're in Texas and you get Chicago type of cold, you're not ready for that shit.
Right. I don't know what to do. Ain't nobody got no shovels in the whole state.
The whole state. Kiss my ass. Officially.
They weren't ready. They weren't ready, and there was nothing. There was no plan in place. There was no idea. There was no understanding of like climate change because they weren't using science, and it negatively impacted everybody in a very big way. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but they got to come up with some shit for these people who have these ridiculously high electric bills.
I mean,
they're gonna need to figure out how to adjust for insurance companies, because what happens if you've had, there was one woman who was speaking about how she just in the last like 3 months, I think, got the insurance company to give her some of the money that they owed her for Harvey. Just literally to turn back around and have to do this shit again.
Yo, and she comes as pieces of shit too. Let's talk about that. Like at the end of the day, you're taking everybody's money and shit like that, right? And it's like insurance is one of those things that you pay into for just in case. Mm-hmm. So, and it's like this. So there is a pot of money there for everybody that's paying into this insurance. Mm-hmm. These premiums and all that shit. The reason why we have higher premiums in insurance because there's a lot of people out there that are uninsured, right? And they crash their cars or they do whatever they do, and then your premium goes up because you're paying into the pot. But if you're saying that, you got disaster insurance, disasters don't happen every day. First of all, that's a big fucking pot. Give these people their money that they're owed. Stop taking the money and investing that shit in other shit. That's what you're trying to do. You're taking that money and you're investing and you're tying people's money up in other shit, and you can't get that money right back.
Don't listen to me. I'm sorry.
You can't get that money right back. No, pay these motherfuckers the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, take that shit because you a nationwide insurance company. Take that shit from the Oklahoma pot and put it in the Texas pot and give these people their money. Because ain't shit happening. No shit is happening in fucking the mountains of North Carolina. But you paying they paying hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s and shit. Right. And ain't no snow slides, ain't no earthquakes.
It's the same motherfucking State Farm company. It's the same motherfucking State Farm.
Stop paying with his old punk ass. You know what I'm saying? You didn't put Drake, Jay, motherfucking Mahomes all in the same commercial. You didn't pay these fuckers to get in this commercial. If you would have not had none of them niggas in that shit, you could have paid somebody's insurance though. Fuck Jake and Chris Paul.
Damn, really? Both of them?
Both of them. Because if State, and I'm just saying, if State Farm ain't paid that lady, you know what I'm saying? You paid, well, you better start patting some pockets.
Do something, damn it.
Do something. I know if this was the general insurance, Shaq could come out and shovel the snow for you and shit. Because Shaq is just that type of person. That's a person that don't got shit to do. Let's talk about a person with money just doing shit. Shaq. This nigga got.
What do you mean don't got shit to do? Have you watched?
Shaq ain't got shit to do.
Have you watched that nigga show? All the shit he's doing.
That's what I'm saying.
That dude worked too hard.
That's what I'm saying. Shaq is doing everything he wants to do. This motherfucker's buying. He brought ring. He bought the printer. He got a 900-inch TV. This coming like this. Your TV's too small. You can fit 5 64-inch TVs in this TV. Nobody needs no fucking TV that big, Shaq.
No.
You do.
Hey, he worked hard.
Yo, on because before right here, it's crazy. Y'all don't understand. We're in a new studio and shit. You know what I'm saying? We swag it out. We got lights, like bing bing. We ain't gonna turn that shit around. We got a ring light. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. So we're gonna be using the studio for me and what me and Just are not gonna go in, but for our individual OnlyFans pages, because I feel like a ring light, you can start an OnlyFans page.
A porn couch.
Yep. Something. You know what my OnlyFans page is gonna be? Me eating shit.
No, thank you. Nope.
I'm just gonna be
stop. Somebody help us.
Man, I'm gonna have a
somebody help us, please. Somebody come save me. And somebody come save me from this dumb shit.
What?
Bishop, it's dumb shit.
Rico.
Ho.
Puerto Rico. Ho.
Hey, it's not ho. It's hey.
No, it's ho.
It's ho.
It's ho.
There's some holes in this house.
No, not those holes. Is hole like Lionel hole. Thunder. Thunder. That hole. Hole. Right.
In this house. There's some holes.
No,
in this
it's not.
house.
There is no holes in this house.
Some holes in this house. There's some holes.
This is the first time I can say there are no holes in any house that we are on right now. Thank you, P.
Appreciate it. Thank you, P.
Appreciate it, P.
Anyway.
All right, man. What else are we gonna jump
into? In this house.
I thought it was over. I
don't know if it's Ratchet or not. Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
I guess our Black History moment.
Black History moment. Yep. Is
I don't know. Is that
new evidence?
No.
No, that's not it.
Don't be a menace.
Yes. Don't. This is
Candy's.
This is Candy's thing.
Candy.
Go ahead, Candy. Take over this Black History moment. Black History moment.
Sometimes Black history is just about the fact that, like how we talked about earlier, about lift every voice and sing.
Right.
About how we live in very different Americas, right? Where, like I said, I met people when I was making that lift every voice and sing mural that had never heard of the song. They didn't know it existed. They couldn't figure out how all the Black people know it, and they ain't never heard of it, right? And there are many moments in time in like Black America where that happens. Don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice in the hood is one of those moments, right? It was funny. There was a thing on the Saturday Night Live, and they were doing charades, and it was the Black family and it was the white family, and they were like 12. It's a movie, and it's got 12 words. White family was like, "Oh, this is gonna take forever." And what's the longest movie title you can think of?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice in the hood, right? But the white family didn't even know what the fuck happened. They didn't know what they were talking about.
It's South Central.
It's South Central.
Don't be a menace to society in South Central.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your
juice in the hood.
Right.
Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's no problem. If y'all don't understand that that's every title of every hood movie that ever came out up until that point.
Basically.
Yes. And they mixed them all together, right? So all of that, just the idea that we all have like living constantly evolving moments where we recognize that we live in different Americas and have different experiences. So you can't just you can't discount folk. This might be my unintentionally some of my rantiness too.
Get in there.
I'm fine with it.
Come on now, let's talk about it.
Go in.
Hold on. Let's open up the floor to Candy.
Oh, y'all are so silly. So no, I'm just saying we live in two very different Americas. And so it might be beneficial, you white allies or people who want to be a benefit, y'all might want to watch this movie. Or some other things.
I mean, I think that it is one of.
I think it's a good amount of white culture that watch the movie.
Yeah.
Y'all say that.
I don't know.
I want to say this right here. Like, if we want to talk about a funny ass Wayans Brothers movie, what's that? Outside of Scary Movie,
White Chicks.
Nah, I put White Chicks at the bottom of it. I didn't really like White Chicks like that. It was real trash. I didn't like White Chicks. They look real. I didn't like it. But like the Scary Movie joints was like fucking phenomenal. Out when they were still doing the Scary Movie joints, and Don't Be a Menace was probably like that's like their fifth overall.
I don't think I like the Scary Movie.
Man, that shit with the grab my strong hand.
I like.
Oh
okay,
man,
but I know more. I think because I just know more scenes from that one movie or Don't Be a Menace than anything else.
Yeah, I think
Happy birthday, homie.
Yeah. But like when the weed plant smoked him, like that shit was hilarious. When that shit rolled him up, that shit was hilarious. Like, man, it was the wheelchair race when he was. Oh man, it was like, and then the back and forth between the dude in the wheelchair and the dude with the hand, and he was like, "Why don't you give me a hand?" Well, shoot, if you stand up for yourself, like that shit right there, like I peed a little bit. Some people don't like disability jokes.
I'm gonna watch it.
But
I
haven't
watched it in a while. I'm gonna have to go watch it. And, I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, so we're going, but just in my opinion, as far as like laughter or whatever, I think that was.
I got you. I haven't watched it in a while. Right.
But White Chicks is trash.
Yeah,
when it comes down
that
to
was that was some mean shit to say.
That was your segue.
Well, oh wow, there. So mean shit to say this week is I want to say that 74% of people that's on Facebook right now that is probably watching Charlie's Ratchet and fans of the show gave serious thought to being a porn star.
Okay.
They absolutely have given serious thought. You've given serious thought at some point in your life to being a porn star. Mm-hmm. There's no debate to it. You've watched porn. You're like, you know what? I can do that shit. Because you met as fellas, you know what I'm saying? Of course. And like, surprisingly, like I put this on my post, a lot of women agreed. A lot of women agreed with it. So, you know what I'm saying? For the panel, just have you ever thought of being a porn star?
Yeah, the 2 times I've had sex, I thought I could do it. Maybe, possibly.
Right, but you thought of it.
Yeah.
I don't think. No, I'm saying you don't. I mean, you could have sex with 2 people, but you've had sex with yourself way more times than twice. So during those times, you was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put my leg up like this." Phenomenal. I want P's reaction.
And I didn't say
because
Jesus
is my porn star.
Sex twice.
Right. So P, stop looking at me. Want me to leave that shit? You're just like, I'm telling the truth. So P, have you ever thought of have put yourself in that situation? I know you got married young, so you know what I'm saying. Porn didn't hit the internet really till after you got married, so it might have not affected you in such a way.
Peanut got married last year.
Have I ever considered it? I think we all have at one point or another. Yeah, I considered it. I mean, there are some successful porn stars who just have sex with their.
All right, what would be your porn name?
Porn name, though, P? I know P thought of it. P, you got a porn name. Don't fuck around like you got to think about it.
I don't have one.
That's what I'm saying. That's how I know, because my porn name is my OnlyFans name, Lloyd
Mr.
Dexter.
Goodbar.
Dexter.
Mr. Goodbar.
What'd you say?
Mr. Goodbar.
Okay, I ain't get it, but okay, I missed that one.
No, I'm trying to hear it because I didn't hear you, P.
No, I was repeating what Candy said. She said Mr. Goodbar.
I was joking.
Mr. Good. Hold on, that shit got lumps in it though.
Oh, you lumpy?
Tell him it's a vein. Tell them motherfuckers it's a vein.
That ain't no vein. That got pus in it.
Popping them.
You don't be popping no veins.
Y'all wildin'. You know what?
That shit like.
If I had a name, I ain't gonna say it now.
But your penis got blackheads on it. Don't use it.
You're done. It's done. You're done. Keep going.
I am. Right, no, I'm saying okay, P. No. So what was your name, P?
I mean, I really didn't have a name. All jokes aside, like,
all right,
because you need something that's it's like rapper friendly almost. Like it needs to sound like it could be your real name. You can't be no crazy off the wall stuff like, you know, like Wesley Pipes. It makes sense. You're like, oh, okay,
right,
I get it. But
Michael B. Dick Down. Does that count? Michael B. Dick Down?
No, because you got to come up with something that you could say on a flyer and like
I don't
anyone
like that one.
at any point in time.
Tico.
Right, anybody. Officer Bend Over.
Officer Bend Over.
Ew, that's a different kind of porn than we're talking about, Tico.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I don't like that one.
Different.
Hello, my name is Officer Bend Over.
That's a different subcategory, brother.
No, see, no. What he should have did, he should have split it up. Officer Bend Dover. So Bend Dover, then that shit would have counted. But when you put it together, you make it sound nasty. Candy, your porn name, because I know you secretly wanted to do Midwestern porn.
It's probably gonna be the same as your stripper name. What is it?
I ain't really ever thought about this. I see it on the internet, the games to play, like how to make your Wu-Tang name, but that's about as far as I've gotten.
If your porn name, I would let your porn name be your Wu-Tang name. Like you could be Master Chef, Master Painter.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like looking around. I'm trying to figure to make some shit up.
Master Painter. You know
I don't know,
I
y'all.
paint the town red.
Nah, I'd be like,
no.
Picasso feats.
Picasso feats. All foot fetish porn. She making a mid off all foot fetish.
And surprisingly, I have so many socks currently that I can't fit them all in my drawer. So I don't know. It's a weird.
And you just be picking up bottles like this, like, ooh, you like it? You like it?
I can pick up things with my toes. Don't joke on me.
Oh
man, no, it's all good. I mean, you got a whole joint. I like my porno name would be Bishop. That's it. The Bishop. Come through because that's what they call you. Wee wee. You know what I'm saying?
What?
They call you?
Yeah,
Wait,
pee
hold on, huh?
Call you pee pee. You better
my
like
pee-pee.
your own pee pee. If you don't like your pee pee, no one else will like your pee pee.
Right. You exactly. You have to be in love with your own pee pee. But yeah, and a lot of people agree with the fact that they wanted to be porno stars at some point in their life. And I think it's something that Ron Hyman, yes. Ron Hyman.
Who's
you know
Ron
what?
Hyman?
That's a good porn name.
That's funny.
Ron Hyman. Ron
That sounds
Hyman
like
and Picasso feats and paint the town red.
Ron Hyman. That sounds like a newscaster.
Right. Hi, it's me, Ron Hyman.
Anchorman. He sound like a motherfucking Anchorman.
Yep,
Tico.
Anchorman.
Tico. That sound like a Ron Hyman. Sound like an Anchorman.
Sometimes that shit with, you know what I'm saying? Dick Whistle or some shit like that. That'd be dope.
Blow the whistle. Oh, what was it?
Hi, my name is Dick Whistle. Like, what? Just get out of here.
Oh,
I don't know.
I
don't know.
So what we got? We running.
So did you do your rant?
Did you? Yeah. No, it's Candy's.
I did.
Oh yes, right. You did it on Don't Be a Minister. So,
Okay.
okay.
Gonna do it on beats.
Nah. Well,
That was something we were talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, fuck beats. Yeah, beats are terrible.
Yeah, we had a conversation about beats.
Just, do you have anything that you want to share, Justin? I think, you know what I'm saying, do you want to get anything off your chest at this point in time? You know what I'm saying? Something that's vexing Just. Nope. There it is. Nothing vexing Just.
Check out my other show. We call it the Battle Buddies. For anybody that doesn't know about Battle Buddies, the military term, all friends or whatever. So it's me, Adrian, homegirl Dee. So we're actually going to do something. We're going to do a speed dating joint. Ooh. I was trying to get her to do it before Valentine's Day, but now she finally up to it. So we're going to do like a speed dating joint for her on the episode. Dope. So if y'all interested, y'all know who she is.
Can I come in and troll?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in.
That's what we all do. We come to watch the podcast, troll these niggas.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the reason I watch Straight to Tape.
Yeah, to troll it. Yeah, I'm just gonna come over and troll it. Like, cause I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna come over. Yeah. Cause you're doing it from here, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna troll straight. I'm gonna just sit off to the side, like so you could swing the camera and shit. Like I'm in a different room.
Yeah. So that's gonna be Tuesdays, 8:00. But nah, shout out to Straight to Tape. Tico, Keish, Perry, Big Rob. They are on Sundays at 2:00. Make sure y'all check them out. P, what you got, man? You gonna be on Twitch tonight?
Yeah, man. I'm going on right after this.
All right.
Come find me, DJP Nominal, twitch.tv, /DJP Nominal. I'm gonna be out.
All right.
You gonna play my favorite song?
He gonna be in there with
the hat on. He gonna be in there with the hat on.
No
you
doubt.
Gonna play my favorite song?
What's your favorite song?
The International Players Anthem.
All right, I got you.
Yo, that don't look bad on you though, P. I'm really fucking with P with this.
And it's crazy because I was like, with the glasses and everything, he's swaggy. Because I was already thinking like, I'm gonna get me a I was thinking about getting me a hat. I thought I was gonna make that the vibe for the spring and summer.
Right.
And I'm like,
I'm painting hats, by the way. So
shit, I'm gonna rock me a hat.
I'm fucking with that P. Yeah,
P, you confirmed it. P can do it. I can do it.
Right.
That's right.
Because P is killing that shit though. That's not a cowboy hat either. That's a player hat.
Yeah.
But it's different when Justin wears a hat because it's just gonna look like a bigger ass shadow.
That's
because
it.
he's so high up.
That's it.
He's really not that high up.
We're not even gonna get to see the damn. We're not even gonna get to see the damn hat. It's just gonna be some old. It's gonna be a shadow.
We can back it up. We can back it up. I can sit closer.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying?
I ain't saying I'm gonna do it on the show. I'm just saying, just in
I think you
general,
should
for like
rock
spring
it.
and
I
summer.
think you should.
That's gonna be my style.
I feel like just did you ever had a Chinese hat with the real
With the
big
joint,
joint?
and
I did. Yes, in 1999 in Baltimore,
Word up.
Maryland.
If you had that with a
The
vest,
little peak.
yeah, with the peak on. If you had that with a fisherman's vest and then you had your sweatpants pulled up to your calf muscles.
Yeah, you had issues if you did that.
You didn't have issues, man. Shit, I was ready. I had a T-shirt on though.
Thank y'all. This was a
Miss
good
Carver,
time. Yes.
What you got going?
Oh, so thank y'all for voting for me for the Club Crossing project. So I was awarded that. So thank y'all. I appreciate all of the votes and support. There'll be more stuff coming about that as we develop the project. But I just wanted to make sure I told you all thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's getting a little bit warmer and we're like revving up into the season and gonna start working on a couple of mural projects. One that's for someone in their home, for someone's home, and then another one at the new WRAL location downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun.
So Candy gonna be busy.
And as we golf clapped, it made me think about Tiger.
Oh,
Tiger.
yes. Yo, shout out to Tiger. Thank God that he was not drinking. He wasn't drinking or anything like that. And so they made that announcement and all that. And people were upset about that. It was like we all wanted to know whether or not Tiger Woods was drinking, because that's the first thing you do when anybody gets in a car accident. Were you on drugs?
Nah, it was because of his last situation. His last one, you know what I'm saying?
I was trying to figure out where his ex-wife was at. I wasn't worried about the alcohol. I was more like, where's she at?
Right. You know, I was just like, oh dang, you know, glad the kids were in the car. He wasn't hurt. He didn't die. First, I was like, yo, this dude died. Like, damn, Kobe this time last year. You
right.
Know ain't
got no energy for it. Yeah, like, man. That's
come on. Like, don't do this.
You are not going to like, yo, Tiger Woods. But the crazy thing about it is, when I heard a new snippet on it, is when he crashed, because he broke his leg and I think like 4 or 5 places broke his leg, so he had it's fucked up. But he was trying to move himself out of the car, so he wasn't feeling that shit. Yeah. And you know who else did the same thing? Cujo from Goody Mob. When he got in this bad car accident, he actually pulled his leg off. So that's because he didn't feel it. So he was getting out. So that it could have been worse than it already
was.
But
I do know he just had his 10th back surgery like 2 weeks ago. And so he may not have been drinking. I wonder.
Wow.
You know, was he on pain meds and he shouldn't have been driving? You know, hopefully, you know, it wasn't that the case, and you know, something like he was just texting and wasn't looking. You know what I'm saying? Either way, it was an unfortunate period. But you know, when you're like under the influence of a substance or alcohol or something like that, they just make it worse for you.
And at this age too, like Tiger Woods ain't young no more. So you know what I'm saying? Like, will he come back? Can he come back?
He don't need to.
No, he don't need to. Him and Venus going to the retired GOAT. They're going to the retired GOAT Plaza Inn, and that's just where they hang out during the day.
All he needed to just do is be a golf whisperer, coach, somebody. Right.
He's still gonna be Tiger Woods. He's
still gonna be do the charity events.
Bring out the Tiger Woods Invitational, celebrity golf.
You know what I'm saying?
Celebrity golf joint. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. Yes.
Kind of academy or something sponsored with Nike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, I want to say this right here. Fuck you, woke niggas.
Ooh.
Fuck you woke ass niggas. You do Wokamon, the fucking fake wokes, you know what I'm saying? You fucking whoreteps and all that. You know why I'm saying this? Is because they was like, well, if he would have claimed to be black, like that shit ain't got nothing to do with that motherfucking with him getting in a fucking car accident. Stop trying to fucking take the fact that someone of color doesn't want to be, well, not saying doesn't want to be,
it's black,
but he's saying, he really said, yo, I'm biracial. I'm biracial. I'm just not black. I'm this. So fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Do not try to fucking jump on this man for some past shit he done said that we already know Tiger Woods done said before before the first car crash. He done said this shit. So you know what I'm saying. So suck Tiger Woods' dick.
Okay. All right. And there's the show, y'all.
So as we close out, just want to shout out everybody that all the Ratcheteers has been in the comments. My homeboy Cliff was here. Tico here as always. Shout out to Tico. Daniels coming through. I mean, Dion came in. Brev. You had Max. You had Danita in the comments.
What up, Danita?
Yeah, what up? So yeah, shout out to everybody that was coming through in the comments and everything. Keely came through. Joint. You know, shout out to Achille. Danny, as always, appreciate you, Danny. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talk about the John. WandaVision.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that next week.
Yeah. Real quick, WandaVision is dope. Like if you don't watch WandaVision, it's super dope. It's super dope.
If you're not watching, start to.
Nalia was there. Hey, just shout out to everybody that came.
The normal suspects and usual compadres.
You know, all the OG Racketeers. Yeah. Please, y'all, make sure that y'all continue to share this to your timelines. You know, the Facebook joints. You know, it helps us out for the Facebook and the YouTube and the Twitch algorithm. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to be out here doing it. Like anybody else. We appreciate
and I'm saying all y'all got to do is this right here. Just get everybody in your family to just watch the television and put your even if you got your own show, you can share it and then put your phone on mute, and it is still a great view for us. And that's all you have to do, especially if you're doing something different. Yeah. Log in for a couple seconds. I know we can't keep you all the time, but every view helps algorithm, and then so that way
all views matter.
All views matter.
Okay. All right,
even
y'all.
The ones for you fuck boys.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Thank you, guys.
Tiger Woo.
Night.
On Vision.